gamers! In today's episode, I'm going to get started creating our new village. Now, we're going to need an absolute shitload of resources like stone and wood, so let's just get started right now. Alright, so first things first, I want to get survivability addressed real quick, and yeah, so I'm just going to be using a little bit of this iron here to make some iron armor. I definitely feel like it is a worthwhile investment for the series. I don't want it ending prematurely, so let's get all of this good stuff on real quick, and yeah, we're looking pretty good. Now, in order to get started making our village, we do need to get some more resources. As you can see, I don't really have too much wood, and I don't really have too much stone as well. And so I'm going to go ahead and mine a whole bunch of spruce trees and also a whole bunch of stone as well, as we're going to be needing that for all of the houses we're going to be building today. So yeah, cue the time lapse. Alright, now that we have a whole bunch of resources, as you can see, I've got a bunch of stuff, it's time to figure out where we want to build our first house. And so I was thinking probably this flat area right down here, as I kind of just don't really feel like doing terraforming, to be honest. And I really like this spot. It's not too close to the hole where I'm wanting to make our like kind of mine entrance thing. So yeah, I think this is a pretty good spot to get started. And so I'm wanting to do a similar but different kind of style house from my previous hardcore series. Something maybe a little bit more realistic looking and just a little bit more interesting, I guess, as well. And so we're first going to start off with the smallest house here. This one's just going to be a simple 3x3 house. So these are going to be the pillars kind of layout, you know, and we're going to raise all of these up to be 4 high in total. And we're also going to connect them up along the tops here and add in the signature sticking out bits on the corner points of the pillars. So there we go. There's the pillars created. Now let's go ahead and whack in the wall where we're going to have the door and also a little bit of the pathway here. So the wall's going to be textured pretty much exactly the same as the previous series, and yeah, so there we go. There's the wall for the door. Now let's head over to the side and we're going to do almost the exact same thing, except in the center here, we're going to be chucking in a window. Let's add in some stairs like so, and then we're going to chuck some glass panes, well, one glass pane in there like that. Then for the back wall, I'm just going to fill it in pretty much entirely with blocks because this is where the bed and other things are going to be. And then we're just going to mirror the opposite wall over there to this wall here. And there we go. So there's all the walls done. Now it's time to add in a couple of the details. So starting off, let's chuck in a design like this. It's yeah, exactly the same as my other series, but we're just not going to worry about that. And we're also going to repeat this exact same thing on the back wall. And something else I want to do as well, which I think is a really nice little extra detail to add, is chucking some stone buttons on the ends of all of these pillars. It just adds a nice little accent to them and makes them look a little bit more interesting, in my opinion. Next, for some added detail, let's add in these nice kind of slopes that transition the pillars up to like the top area over here. It might be a little bit too much detail, but to be honest, I don't really care. And yeah, so that's pretty much the actual house part done. Now all that's left to do is to add in the roof. And I, of course, forgot to grab my extra dirt. I do need to make some scaffolding pretty badly, as that would come in handy. I probably will go ahead and do that in a minute here. And so for this first roof here, we're just going to be adding in a simple slab kind of roof, I guess. So it's just going to be entirely made out of slabs. And I'm going to make it a little bit different compared to my last series, in that we're going to be alternating between stone slabs and stone as we progress up to the top area of the roof here. So yeah, something just like that adds a little bit more visual interest to the roof. And another thing that I want to do differently as well is actually connect up the trims in between here like so. So we're just going to, yeah, connect them up like this. And then I want to add an extra little slab down there like so. And now as for the rest of the roof, we're just going to simply fill it in with some spruce slabs. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for all of the exterior of the house. I don't actually really have anything to create the interior. All I'm really going to put in here is maybe like a barrel and a bed or something like that. But I will just quickly chuck in the floor. I'm going to make it out of slabs just to conserve the stone. You know how it is out here. But yeah, I'll get back to the interior probably in this episode. But yeah, I need to get like a sheep farm going or something like that. I just went ahead and sheared a bunch of the sheep that were up there and just made the bed now because I know I'd probably forget. And so we're just going to chuck that bed in right there, add in a barrel and chuck a lantern on top of that. And yeah, that's pretty much the interior done. We don't really need to go too overboard with it. I mean, we're not going to be using it. It's just going to be for the villagers. Now, like I mentioned in the previous series, I wanted to make the houses a little bit closer together in this new series. And yeah, so I'm just going to be doing exactly that and starting the next house pretty much right next to this house here. I'm just going to offset it maybe a little bit more actually, just to make it look a little bit more interesting, I guess. And this house is actually going to be a lot bigger as well. This is just pretty much the entrance here, and then we're going to branch it off into a nice rectangular shape over on this side like so. We're going to bring this all the way up this way and up over here as well. And there you go. That's the layout of the base. It's pretty much like a T-shaped base, I guess. And now let's just go ahead and raise all of these pillars once again up to 4 blocks high in total. All right, and there we go. So there's all the pillars done. Now I'm just going to go ahead and quickly add in a whole bunch of walls, pretty much the same as this house over here. So just give me a second. All right, and there we go. So there's the layout for all of the walls of the house. As you can see, we've got a whole bunch of windows in here. I just decided to leave it out on these walls because I thought it might make it look a little bit weird having windows on every single wall. And yeah, so now we're going to go ahead and add in the roof. It's pretty much going to be the same as this one. It's just going to go down this way, and it's also going to branch off to the right over on this area here where the door is. And yeah, let's just get started. Okay, and there we go. So there's the whole house completed. Now, of course, it's once again time to head on to the interior. And I'm just going to quickly go ahead and replace all of the ground blocks here with some more stone slabs. Now with the floor done, we're just going to chuck in a couple of little details like a bed on this end and also on this end. We'll chuck in a chest maybe beside those as well and a barrel too. And on that barrel, let's just chuck in. And on that barrel, let's add in a lantern. I need to stop saying chuck in. You guys keep bullying me for it in the comments. So yeah, I really need to get that out of my vocabulary, but it's very hard to do. And then over here where it's like a little bit plain on the wall, let's just chuck... My f***ing god, I just said it again. Yeah, we're just gonna add in a couple of barrels like so. And maybe let's add in a spruce slab between those. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Maybe like a table or something. But yeah, it looks kind of cool. Once I adventure out and get a whole bunch more detail blocks and stuff, I'll be sure to come back and add it into all of these build interiors. And also into my house as well. It's lacking a little bit of interior detail. But yeah, there's our first 2 houses created. Alright, so those are just some pretty boring, standard old like houses. I mean, just houses that you kind of sleep in, you know, if that makes any sense. So now what I'm thinking I want to do is maybe head up here and create a building that actually has like a purpose, you know. And so I'm thinking a lumberjack building would be pretty cool. And we could add in a building, put in like a little bit of a field in front of it where you can like split logs for firewood and have like a bit of a forest behind it as well. I think that would look pretty cool. And so I'm thinking this spot right up here, we've got a nice flat area. I might have to extend this land out a little bit. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that real quick. All right, so there's our extended land. Of course, it has unfortunately started raining, so I do apologize for that. And so for this building, I'm thinking of doing something pretty small, maybe off on the back, like kind of corner of the area here. I just want like a simple 5x5 house. And instead of adding like some stone and stone trim, I'm thinking of keeping this one predominantly wood, as I think it would look pretty cool for like a lumberjack's kind of like shack, I guess. I don't know, it might end up looking shit. That's the joy of building, you know? You got to do it to find out. So yeah, as for the roof, let's just do something like this. Basically, I mean, the exact same roof that we have been doing, so it's nothing that kind of crazy, you know. I would like to do maybe like dark oak for the trim, but unfortunately I don't have that. So we're just going to stick with all spruce. It's not going to look as crazy as I might want it to look, but that's perfectly fine with me, to be honest. Okay, there we go. There's the roof and the pillars done. Now let's just go ahead and add in all of the walls. So instead of stone, let's just do some stripped spruce wood like this. For the door, let's chuck in some upside down stairs, of course, and I'm going to have to go craft a bloody door. Actually, I just realized that I made this a bit too close to the edge here. I might have to extend the land out a little bit more for like what I'm trying to do, you know? Oh my god, I realized I've been placing my coarse dirt. Okay, there we go. That's a bit better for the land. Let's head back over to the door here. Oh, of course, I need to go get some stone. My god. Why the fuck am I forgetting all my shit? Okay, let's go ahead and replace the ground here with some stone, as that's going to be like our pathway block. Actually, oh, do I want that in here? I don't know. Yeah. We'll just leave it for now and we'll see how we go. Where's the door, man? Oh, dude. I swear, every time I have doors, I know they're in my inventory. I can never find them. I don't know why. It's very frustrating. I need like a texture pack that makes them like neon yellow or something, you know? Okay, and so for the side walls here, let's just add something in like that. I don't know if glass panes would really suit a building like this, so I feel like fences would look a little bit better. Then for the back, I want to do like another door, because this is going to be kind of the pathway out to the back, like forest kind of area of the thing. You know what I'm trying to say? So let's get some stone going in through here and like out like this as well. And then we're going to chuck in our door once again. And then for this side wall, We'll just fill it in completely with wood, as we might put some like chests alongside this wall or something, you know. Next, let's add in the details for this area up here. So we're going to chuck in some slabs on these parts, and then over in the front here, let's add in this design. I unfortunately ran out of lanterns, so I'll have to go ahead and get those later. I think 8 buttons is right. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Yes. Okay, so there's our completed little lumberjack shack. Now, as for the area outside here, I want to have like this kind of fenced off section where you can chop your like firewood stuff. Now, I might need to plan this out a little bit because of the way that I'm kind of wanting it to be. So I'm thinking I want the pathway to kind of be an L shape like this, and then it comes over this way, and then it'll connect up to like our main pathway that I guess will probably run like maybe up here. Yeah, just something like that, and we can add in our texture for the pathway here. So I think I'm gonna have to bring out these fences to the left one more block so we have room to add in like a nice little design. Actually, no, we're not going to have room anyway. Yeah, no, we're going to have to leave it like that. We can bring it all the way out here and then bring it across, and then we can come back over here towards the house like so. Now we can chuck in our spruce fence gate right here, and then we're gonna have some little areas here where we're like kind of chopping logs, you know. It looks a little bit strange. I thought it would look better than that, to be honest. We can go ahead and replace all of the ground blocks with some coarse dirt. Hopefully we have enough. Yeah, these logs would definitely look better if it was like the player head like logs, you know what I'm talking about. I'm probably showing a picture of it right here. They look really cool for something like this, and it kind of sucks that we can't really do that in survival, unfortunately. So we'll have to live with just the big old logs for now, I guess. But yeah, that looks a little bit better with the coarse dirt in there. And now as for the back area of the house here, I just want to chuck in a whole bunch of spruce saplings. They'll obviously grow into trees eventually. I want to have like kind of like a bit of a forest going on behind this. Maybe we could even chuck in like a couple of the 2x2 saplings like this so that we make a big tree. And this can be like the area where we actually chop down our logs as well. So this area kind of has an actual purpose, you know? Yeah, I actually really like that idea. So I think we'll have like a dense spruce forest behind it and off to the side here. And then maybe up on this area, we'll have some really tall spruce trees. That's definitely a pretty cool idea, I reckon. So I'm just clearing this area out here to make it nice and flat so our forest is like kind of man-made looking, or like a cultured forest, you know? So yeah, let's start like maybe right here, and then we'll space them apart by like 3 blocks. So I'll have to come back and place some more in once I get some more. But yeah, that'll do for now. Now let's go ahead and link this pathway up to our actual, well, we don't really have a pathway yet, but yeah, let's create the pathway for this and link it up over there and add in the pathway for those houses too. Yeah, so there we go. There's a pathway that links these houses up and also the lumberjack over there. This will, of course, branch off into the main pathway. I don't really know exactly where I want that to be yet. I kind of need to do a little bit of planning. But yeah, I'm happy with the way this is looking so far. We've already got a tree growing as well. Hell yeah. All right, next up, I'm thinking I want to go for a quick trip to the Nether. I know what you're thinking. I died in the Nether last time I went there. But this time, I'm going to be a lot more prepared. As you can see, I've got, yeah, not that much food. We're not going to talk about that, okay? I'm not going there to, like, find blazes or anything. I just want to get some essential stuff that'll definitely help us out in the long run. Like some bone blocks for bone meal, as right now I'm just kind of living off skeletons, you know? And I also want to get some nether quartz and some glowstone as well, just for, like, redstone stuff. Well, the nether quartz is for observer blocks and stuff. I don't know what the glowstone would be for, but yeah. So yeah, we're going to head into this massive cave here that's under my area and just try and find some lava. Oh, okay. Holy mother of God. Are you okay? Are you okay there, dude? He's just standing there in the corner, just facing the wall. We actually need some coal as well. This is goated. Man, honestly, I've been searching for lava for like 20 minutes now, and I still haven't found one. Like, look at this whole freaking area down here. Look at it. There's no lava. What is that? It's like a big pillar. What the hell? And there's a freaking thing. I mean, we have been finding a lot of iron and stuff, which is still pretty good, but I mean, oh my God, that was close. Jesus Christ, this is actually the biggest, like, cave I've ever seen, dude. This is huge. I'm pretty sure this is the one that's, like, under our area. Did you just see that? Why did it, like, uncrouch me for a second? Dude, I just got... I know I've said this a few times, but I literally just got goosebumps across every inch of my body. Do with that information what you will. But yeah, literally look at this. There is not a single puddle of lava except for that, which is probably just like one water source, like one source coming out of the wall, you know? Like, this is unsafe. I'm getting out of here, honestly. Jesus, I'm honestly stupid. You are actually kidding me. This whole time, right here, right next to my base, there is a massive lava pool. Dude, I just did all of that basically for, oh, I mean, we did still get some iron, which is still pretty good, but yeah, there's literally a lava pool right next to my goddamn base. All right, now with our obsidian, I was actually going to go ahead and just make a random portal somewhere, probably in like our mine or something, but I thought it might actually be cool to make a little bit of a build for it in the actual town. It's going to be pretty small, but we could eventually just upgrade it if we wanted to. And so I'm going to do something pretty similar to a build that I've showcased before in one of my 30 build ideas videos, which I highly recommend watching those if you're out of ideas for builds in your Minecraft world. Yeah, so I'm thinking of something in like a kind of shrine style, I guess. So let's place 4 blocks like so, and then on top of that, we're going to chuck in our portal. I just realized I don't have the corner blocks. Okay, I'm going to have to go... I'm gonna have to go and get another 4 obsidian blocks for this to look as good as possible. Just bear with me here, guys. I'm back, and we now have all of the obsidian that we need. So let's just go ahead and make this entire portal. I also want to make sure it's the right height because I always mess that up. So there we go. That's good there. Now let's continue to expand this platform out a little bit. So we're gonna go to the left one more, and then we're gonna bring it towards us. Actually, sorry. My bad. So we're going to bring it out 2 blocks here, and then we're going to go along like this, and then we're going to come out like this as well. So we're kind of creating like an oval shape. Yeah, just like that. I also want to replace these central ones here with some stone, as that's our pathway blocks. Of course, I don't have any stone slabs on me, which is a bit annoying. Yeah, we'll just link up the pathway later. And yeah, then I'm just going to go ahead and add in some slabs in these spots here. And then we're also going to chuck some stone brick walls right here and in the other side in the same places. And we're going to chuck some torches on top of those as well. I would prefer candles, but unfortunately I don't have like the bee stuff set up. I don't know if I ever will set that up because it looks like a pain in the butt, to be honest. But yeah, there we go. It's actually not as cool as I thought it would look, but we will definitely go ahead and upgrade this in the near future. So don't worry about that. But yeah, now with our nether portal lit and ready to go, let's jump on in and head to the nether for a quick visit. Okay, and here we are. There's already a ghast there. Okay, let's get some blocks ready. Okay, there's some bone blocks. That's the first thing I wanted. Hell yes. Why is there skeletons here, dude? Why is there skeletons in the nether? Like, just go home, buddy. What are you even doing here, man? Man's just absolutely vibing up there. All right, so there's a whole bunch of bone blocks. That should be quite a bit of bone meal. Actually, how much do we get from one thing? 9. That's actually goated. Hell yeah. Now, before we leave, I do want to get some nether quartz. I think, yes, I see some up there. That is good. Let's get this nether quartz. And is there any glowstone nearby? Yes. Okay, we can just go over there, get that bone, get that glowstone, and head the hell out. Okay. Sweet. That sounds like an absolute game plan right there, boys. All right, and that should be good enough. We might as well just grab these bone blocks as well. Why not? You can never have too much bone meal. Okay, and we're pretty much done. We've got a decent amount of bone blocks, some nether quartz, and some glowstone as well. So, yeah, let's just go ahead and head back home. Okay, and now with that done, I'm just going to go ahead and create a couple more houses for our village here, and also the pathway. I'm just going to go ahead and do that as a time-lapse, because it's pretty much just the same thing that we're already doing. I might make a couple of different variations of houses, but yeah, you'll see that in the time-lapse. And yeah, so let's just get started right now. I just felt like I had to quickly say, I finally got some scaffolding now, so you don't have to watch me placing bloody dirt everywhere, you know? So yeah, now let's get started. Alright, and so that just about does it for episode 2 of the Hardcore series. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.